Coming off that 1-star album review that was Maroon 5, I said to myself, I want to listen to something that I'm very probably going to enjoy. I have consistently liked stuff that Davey Havok does. I think he's a great vocalist. I think the songwriting he does with whoever he's with turns out dope. And I'm excited to listen to this. I've listened to Dreamcar, I've listened to Black Audio, I've listened to AFI. I haven't listened to a ton of AFI, but I've listened to a decent amount. There's 11 albums, so it's a lot. But I have listened to my fair share of AFI. I like them. And I'm excited for the new album. I want to check it out. I know Steven wants to hear my review. Maybe some other people do too. Let's check it out. Let's get some emo up in here. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification. Are we on the same page here? Trying to grow a channel here, bro. Bodies. The bodies at the flower. First song is called Twisted Tongues. And I haven't heard this song. The only song I've heard on the album is Tied to a Tree. So just the ending track, which was like the Maroon 5 thing. But this isn't going to be like the Maroon 5 reaction, hopefully. This second verse is so good. I really like the effect going in, and then it just feels like trance. Okay, that was fun. That was a good little song. I like the drums a lot. The second verse was rad. The chorus is cool. It's a little less intense than I'd expect from AFI, but it did give me some Dreamcar vibes, which I'm not mad about because I love me some Dreamcar. This is A Face of Delight. That was a good way to start. I would have liked a little bit more intensity to come in because AFI is an emo-associated group, so we do expect more emo vibes. But not a bad way to start either. And I like the bridge. It was very AFI, had that kind of creepy, baddish effects, electronic stuff that I feel is kind of one of their trademark sounds. It's on some of their biggest tracks. So overall, not disappointed, but I want more energy. Hope the rest of the album supplies it. Far Too Near is the next song. The way he says "if I could" is so cool. That's exactly what I want in a pop punk song. Exactly what I want. Gave off some strong The Cure vibes, but better. So good. I love Davey Havok's voice. And the chorus got better every time. They added different effects to it. They added more harmonies, more of the vibe. It just improved every time. And the verses were cool. And then that guitar solo, magnifique. You could just imagine that live and just a whole crowd singing I'd give my heart to you if I could. And then I loved how he said if I could and if I can. And I just like the effects they put on it. Really well produced. The drums are sounding great. The bass sounded great. The guitar sounded great. Just everything sounded great on that track. A perfect second track. I think that the second tracks on albums should give off the most hit quality of any of the songs, and that one gave us so much hit vibes. I want to hear that on radios. It's so good. It was great. It was great. Dulceria. Let's get some dulceria. That bass. Oh, that bass is so good. Oh, man. I saw sugar there dancing in the sweet. Oh my gosh, that song was so good. That song was so good. So good. I'm sorry I'm clipping on my microphone right now because I'm so excited. That was so good. I liked everything about it. It was a perfect song. What the heck? This is I want to go see when I have to see this concert when they come in through. I hope, Steven, that you're watching this. We are going to these we're going to go see AFI for sure. This is so good, man. What? Oh, and the lyrics are so cool. They kind of describe pornographic scene, but not in weird detail, but more just in they make references to it, single take, and they actually say the word porn, but it's not bad. Also, I love that they have their lyrics up. Artists, get your lyrics up. Come on, Maroon 5. And this one they do. And the chorus, the verse vocal is so different. And then when the chorus comes in, it's just this here on the floor it just sounds so cool. It just sounds so eruptive because he's kind of whispering through the verses. And then the synth solo during the bridge is brilliant. It really brings it to the front. One of my favorite like synth solos I've heard on a song. Also, I looked at the songwriters at the end of the song. William Patrick Corgan is one of the songwriters, who is better known as Billy Corgan, aka Smashing Pumpkins. So he helped write this song. No wonder it's so good. Billy Corgan's on it. Billy Corgan's a co-writer. Just everything about it plays so well. The drums, the bass, the vocals, the synths, the guitar. It all works so seamlessly together. This is like a perfect song. It makes me cry. On Your Back. On Your Back is the next song.
Is there a feeling or just a touch? I want to tell you, but I know I've said too much.
Heavy Ramone vibes from that song, but in the best way. It's like they took the Ramones vibe and did it in the AFI style, and it sounded so good. I really liked the different vocals he used on that. A lot of just like individual lines were more spoken than sung, and then he'd go back to like, the Davey Havok vocal. It sounded so good. It was really well placed. Just a really good song. Very short too, and I like a short song. I like a 2-minute song. That's my gold right there. That's Ramones. That's very Ramones to have a 2-minute song. Man, good stuff. Escape from Los Angeles is next.
Ride the black cloud over the west coast. I fell from that morning sun.
Escape from Los Angeles, a good track. Yeah, I like his verse vocals a lot. It's really different, really cool, punky sounding. Very just like, skateboard punk sound on that song, but still, in the AFI way. The guitar solo was a little disappointing. Wasn't that compelling or catchy or interesting. Really? It didn't have to be, but I feel like you had that space and you didn't use it for that. Also, the slow down part, I wish it would have gone like when it things drop out and then it comes back in. I thought that was gonna like go into a breakdown, and I was so excited for a breakdown, and then it just went back to the song as it was before. So that was the most disappointing moment of the song for me. Not my favorite song on the album, especially after the last 3 songs all being so good. Begging for Trouble is the next song.
For me in the nights as you struggle.
Another song that was just getting better and better. Every second of the song just kept getting better. I really liked his chorus vocal. Very edgy, very wait for me in the night. There's for trouble. Like he just like fluctuated between that edgy, almost Gerard Way sounding vocal, which I'm sure he's did it before Gerard Way, because Gerard Way is a little bit later in the AFI. But, it sounded good, and then going back to the for me in the night. Like just going back into the Davey Havok way of singing a little more, like the classic Davey Havok sound. The strings, when the strings came in on that chorus. Ooh, I was just like, those are some good strings there. And then the drums coming in with the strings and the vocal. Just, sounded so good. Really, really good sound. Just liked the whole track. Not my favorite, but great still. Back from the Flesh. Weird sounding title, but it is emo music, so I expect it. I don't know if that was a religious song or like a non-religious song, but it seemed like a religious song. The Getting Behind Me Christ seemed weird because that's like, it seemed like it was referencing that part in the Bible when he says, get behind me, Satan, but he said, get behind me, Christ. But maybe then he says, light touched my skin. And then he talks about how he's in silent prayer, deep belief, on his knees. So it seems like he's like worshiping Jesus, which is cool. I don't know if it's like, I should listen to this song after church or not. The sounds were weird. They were cool though. I liked the and like I liked how it went back and forth between the ears, especially after that first chorus. It's a cool song. Really unique. Really different sounding. Still fitting with the AFI vibe. Not outside of their, zone in this album, but cool. Really different. Let's check out the next song. It's called Looking Tragic. Just sounds like an AFI song. If I said, I'm listening to the song Looking Tragic, and someone was like, well, who's it by? I'm like, can you guess? And I'd be like, AFI, and I'd say, yeah. That bass line was sick. I really liked how they kind of had the guitars come in and then the instruments come in and then they cut off to just bass drums, vocals for the verse. And then the guitar started building in again. Really good work of energy through composition. Smart stuff. Everyone's looking tragic. Just a good hook. Yeah, one of the best songs on the album for sure. Man, this whole album's just been an adventure. I've just liked every second of it. It feels good. It feels good to enjoy something again. Yeah, good album. Good alt-rock album. Very catchy, very cool. A lot of differentiation in the vocals, in the energy, and the sounds, and yet it stays cohesive. It's remarkable, really. Color me impressed. If you had to color me a color, it'd be gray. For Bodies. The Body's gray. Death of the Party. Sounds like it could be a Panic song. Death of the Party. It sounds like something they'd be into. I really want to know how they made those sounds on that song. All the sounds were so cool. And then everything was catchy and punky and rad. At the party, who was left behind? Sounds like he was describing a murder that happened at a party, and that was cool. You know, she was last seen floating in a fur coat. Good line. A lot of good lines, a lot of good lyrics, a lot of good sounds. I liked, it almost sounded from first to last-esque in the sounds. Like it was something that Skrillex would have come up with, Sonny Moore, in terms of sound. Overall, a rad song. Really cool vibe, really cool placement. I'm just digging it. I just dig the whole thing. Next song, No Eyes. Got to be no eyes throughout that whole song. We're going to cover our eyes. Get ready. That chorus is so good. That's like one of my favorite choruses throughout this whole thing. It ends so cool with that like belt and the effects on it and the backing of it. It's really good. The song is in general just great. That guitar solo at the end was cool. The whole song was cool. I liked the verses. I liked the chorus. The chorus was awesome. And I liked that like he didn't talk about, there wasn't a big hook that said no eyes, which is cool. That's what the one thing I kind of miss about the emo movement is that the verse, the titles of the song would have nothing to do. Like you wouldn't, like they'd have everything to do with the song, but they wouldn't necessarily be like a major lyric of the song. You know? I mean, the first verse he does talk about covering their eyes with coal. Yeah, I don't really know much about the lyrics because I couldn't really look at them because I was covering my eyes the whole time, as I feel like the song was instructing me to do. I won't be doing that in a car. I think it'd be really funny, though, to go to a concert of AFI and just have everyone just, like, covering their eyes during that whole song. So weird. It'd be funny. Yeah, that was awesome. It was just a really good song. Just everything about it I liked. One of my favorite songs on the album. And now we end the album with Tied to a Tree, which I've heard before, but I'm going to listen to it again. In the dying light. Still great. Still a great song. I forgot how surprising it is when that first chorus comes in. Like there's no real indication that percussion is just going to blast at your face. And it does so successfully. I like the kind of like high-end reverb on that. And the lyrics are cool. I'm tying someone to a tree where they used to meet just to see how they'd look in the dying light. Just a good imagery, and it fits well and it goes well with the album. Overall, the album was awesome. I really enjoyed it. It was something to really lift my spirits after listening to Maroon 5. Oh, geez. Yeah, man, so good. Every song was compelling and interesting. A lot of Nine Inch Nails, Smashing Pumpkins, Ramones influences, kind of like some cool earlier punk influences, some like post-grunge influences, post-punk influences, the Cure influences, just a lot of really good influences to create a really cool, cohesive sound. A lot of catchy choruses, a lot of great verses, a lot of really interesting instrumentation. I don't know that I've heard them explore that much instrumentation before, and I really liked it. I thought it was really good on them. Overall, just incredibly impressed. If they played just music from that album at their upcoming concerts, and if I went to one of those concerts and I just heard them play songs from this album, like just the album start to finish, I'd be so satisfied. I'd pay good money to see that. That's how good this album is. Like, they could not play Miss Murder. They could just play this album, no Miss Murder, and I would be delighted. That's how good it is. It's excellent. 3 stars. 3 stars. Of course it's getting 3 stars. Of course this album is getting 3 stars. Because I loved it. Loved it so much. Oh, man. What a good album. Make sure to like, comment. Tell me which track were your favorites. I would probably say Dulceria was my favorite track, but it's hard to pick like a second and third favorite because every track was so good. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I try to review good music. I also try to release my own music and talk about music. So that's what videos you have to look forward to if you subscribe to my channel. Thanks for coming. Man, what a wild ride. That was so great. Catch you on the flip.